Hello, amazing ladies in business. Welcome to the HerStory podcast. I'm your host, Kylie King, the founder of Australian Ladies in Business Initiative. And I am so excited today to be joined by the amazing Margaret King, who works as an ENJO consultant. And she's been doing this for 15 years now, which is just absolutely amazing. So thank you today for joining me, Margaret.
Well, thank you, Kylie, for this tremendous opportunity to share what I love.
I'm so excited to hear all about it. So do you want to kick us off and let the listeners know a little bit about you and your business?
Yes, sure. So who is Margaret King? She is a mother of two beautiful girls. She is a granny of three gorgeous grandchildren that, thank goodness, they are now all at school. Anybody who tells you that being a granny is fantastic, it is not. 3 10-hour days a week of three children under three, because there's a set of twins there, was not my idea of a joke. And I think that I'm a little off track here, but when you choose to be in business, it's because you want the flexibility to work around your family, amongst other things. But then other people actually think that you're not working and you can do anything at any time for them. So yes, I'm glad the three grandchildren are at school. My background is nursing. So when I decided to have a family, I decided that I needed to, I'm very house proud anyway, but I decided that I needed to blitz the bacteria and, as I say, protect my family from all germs, bugs, whatever. And so all I knew was every chemical on the market and also what the TV told me to use. I really ridiculously believed that what was on the shelves in Coles and Woolies was safe for us to use, when of course we know that it is not. So eventually it was the domestos in the showers, because look, I say this at all my demos. I sat my girls on Pino Clean toilet seats, in Jif baths. I stood them in domestos showers. I cut their food up on spray and wipe, and I fed them Mr. Muscle out of the oven. So I'm obviously not proud of that. But yes, it was finally the domestos that got to me, and I asked a couple of friends and somebody suggested ENJO. So a consultant came to my home and showed me how I could clean the shower with water on a glove and a drying cloth. Well, that just absolutely blew me away. Obviously, that was 15 years ago. So I decided I had to tell all my friends about this. So I hosted my own demonstration, got masses of free and discounted products, and that was it. I thought, why did it take so long for me to find out about this product? How can I help people see this product before they start having a family? So then, within a couple of months, I became a consultant.
Wow,
So
that's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. And so you've been doing it for 15 years. So what do you absolutely love about the business that's kept you going for 15 years?
Well, initially it was the passion in the product. It still is. I really love sharing what it did for me and what it can do for you. And now the planet is more my focus. So future generations, there's no planet B. We have to do something. And the backstory of ENJO is something that I'm truly passionate about. Saving the landfill from plastic bottles and disposable sponges and wipes and paper towel, the waterways from chemicals, your indoor air quality from the toxicity of chemicals. So basically, yeah, it won't be for my grandchildren, maybe not their children either, but for future generations, we must start doing something now.
And as you mentioned, when you go to the supermarket shelves, there's the domestos and there's the Mr. Muscle and all the not nice stuff. So how would we find out about ENJO products? Like, do you come to us? How does that work? So we could start looking at, slowly making these changes and chucking out the Mr. Muscle and chucking out the domestos.
Yes, of course. It's a no obligation. I come to you, do some cleaning with you, work with you on perhaps what your cleaning challenges, and work within your budget and what is most important to you.
Beautiful. So you can come, do you do anything online or mostly it's come to the house?
A lot online.
Oh, awesome.
If COVID taught us anything, we had to pivot our businesses. Initially, I suffered so much overwhelm about trying to do demos online. I had to learn Zooms, Facebook groups, anything and everything to then be able to do presentations online. And it was actually a really great way of doing it too, because you can actually connect your family and friends around Australia. As I said, I've got a YouTube channel and I've got all the videos of myself using the products. So I share that over a couple of days in the Facebook group and then get together with everybody over a quick Zoom, answer questions, and then help people with their what's important to them.
Beautiful. So you just mentioned your YouTube channel. If anyone's listening and they want to go and check it out and check out these products, where would they find you on YouTube?
ENJO is, the trademark is ENJO in capital letters. So it's ENJO and Crazy Lady.
Okay, so ENJO Crazy Lady.
Correct.
All right. Awesome. So what so far, now that you've been in business and you've been working with this company for 15 years, what would you say has been your biggest challenge?
I think COVID, because my business has always ticked over, running along nicely, exactly how I wanted it. And initially, because we were only doing in-home demonstrations, so an in-home demonstration to one like yourself, or an in-home demonstration to someone who wanted to share it with their family and friends and be rewarded with our host reward scheme. So yes, all of my demos just went cancel. And then, as I say, it was like, what am I going to do? Learn all this new technology. And then basically it's still, I think that there's a lot of fear still in Sydney because COVID is still very much around. And so, yes, it's still online basically with my videos and searching for people who want to see it in their home, see it, feel it, work on their own surfaces.
What I love is that you took the time to pivot and you took like this is how we're going to have to change and evolve and keep doing that, because you could have just thrown up your arms and gone, yeah, I'm done. Like there's nothing I can do. So I think the way you've pivoted during that challenge is amazing, because you're like, no, I'm still doing this. And yes, I can't go and do it in people's houses and show them exactly how it's done, but I can show them like your YouTube channel and your Crazy Lady.
Yeah.
That sounds like something I would for sure check out, because I'm like, oh, and then anyone can check it out. Even if they want to have like a 1 a.m. trying to figure out how to late night clean their shower, they can check out that without having to ring you, which is great.
It's particularly important for my customers because then they can actually get the full use and care of their products. So I always include that, having seen the person or online, I will send out what I call my contact card on an SMS, and it has the links to, amongst other things, my YouTube channel.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm going to make sure I tag the YouTube channel too in the show notes. So if anyone wants to easily find it, they can head over there and start learning about the products. So what has been your biggest achievement so far with your business?
I think staying in business 15 years, because you're right, a lot of consultants actually did throw up their hands and quit, which was really, I felt really sad for them. I mean, look, I started my business 15 years ago at the age of 50. So I'm obviously older starting a business. So I think that just staying in business, and we know that a lot of other businesses, let alone Australia, consultants, but a lot of other businesses around Australia closed as well. So I think staying in business has been important. I did win an award quite a few years ago actually, for being the first in the world in converting people's homes to what we call ENJO Pure. So when your home is ENJO Pure, you have 5 zones of your home converted to using ENJO fibres and water, and you're rewarded by that by joining our loyalty club and getting 15% off your orders. So that was a pretty big achievement. We're number 1 in the world.
That is amazing. What are the 5 zones? Can you share that? Is that
sure? Well, there's actually 7. So
oh wow, okay.
Basically, what I've got behind me, can you see that or not?
No, because the background's blurry.
Too blurry. Okay.
Yeah.
Did I do that? Background is blurred. I might have. Anyway, bathroom, kitchen, living, floors, windows. That's called the ENJO Pure bundle. That will do your entire house for 3 years. Nothing to buy in the way of chemicals or paper towels or, wipes, sponges, whatever. And then the other couple of zones are outdoor skincare range.
Ah, there we go. Wow. I picked a couple. I didn't think living because I just went chemical. And I always think with chemical, I'm like benches and floor. I didn't even think of living. That's good. And yeah, that's awesome. So you
So our
got, our
living areas are your dusting and your fabric and timber care.
oh, wow. And you does that too. That's awesome. And you were the first in the company to have the 5-zone. So people were switching to that 5-zone pure.
In the world, yes.
That's good. Congratulations. That's epic.
Thank you. That was quite a few years ago. That was when we sort of started becoming what we say now as ENJO Pure. Yeah.
Fantastic. And you did mention just before I hit record that you've hit 15 years. So ENJO also sent you out an appreciation for being with them so long, which is amazing.
Yeah.
It's good to get appreciation to go, hey, we know you're still here. And that's especially going through COVID, as you mentioned before, it can be very challenging.
It can.
So we've talked about the challenges and we've talked about the achievements. What makes you get out of bed every morning and go, you know what, I still love what I do. Like I am motivated to not be funky. I'm going to go out there and just keep loving my business.
First thing that gets me out of bed is the fact that I'm a power walker and I've done that for 40 years. So that's my clearing my head, planning my day, space to myself. Even when the babies were little, I'd chuck them in a pram and off we go on my power walk. But yes, I love connecting with my customers. And it's not about selling to them. It's more important that I build rapport with them and I find out about them. I'm interested to learn, what's their job, how many children do they have, what ages are the children, whether they're a granny like me, and then I can find out what's important to them and then how best to serve them.
That's awesome.
So I love finding my customers every day.
So when you got started in your business, what was some advice that you wish someone had told you about?
I think the work-life balance, and I still don't get that all the time. I mean, I still don't, achieve that all the time myself. But I think that is most important. If you can actually, I don't know, I still use a physical diary, just because I like to see it and see lists and tick them off. I like ticks. I like ticks.
Yes.
And so I think if you can plan your week with an hour here or an hour there for whether it's taking the kids to school, then you've got to clean the house that day. Right, the next day, can you find an hour here or an hour there? And then still keep in touch with your friends and still have lunch. And, it's important to have that work-life balance. And I think initially when you start your business, it's just like, I've got to do this, and this, and nothing else can be done until everything is set up and until I'm achieving what I want to achieve and income I want to achieve, and then it's floating along nicely. It's not going to happen. You need to plan in me time.
That is so important. You do, because if you're giving to everyone else, when are you going to have a chance for yourself? And then if you burn out, nothing's happening. Nothing. The house isn't getting clean. The kids aren't getting looked after. The business isn't running because you've burnt yourself out. So I think that's super important, logging in some me time.
Yeah.
How have you dealt with negativity in your business? Like having whether it's come from negative customers or just people's opinions or bad reviews. You probably never had a bad review, but a lot of people are coming to a time where that they're getting a lot of negativity that's coming up. And I don't think it's initially towards their business. It's more because everyone's just stressed and they're lashing out at the wrong people. Do you have any advice on or how you've dealt with negativity in regards to your business?
Somebody asked me about this the other day. I've got 3,000 customers. Now, I don't speak to them all every week, obviously, but I can honestly say there is not one customer in there that I have a problem with. Now, there might have been a couple of times, but I just work on them and have to realize it's not about me. It's about what's going on with them at that time. So perhaps now is not the right time to talk to that person, but can I ask them if I can call them in 2 days' time or 2 months' time, whatever. I think that you have to realize negativity is not about you. It's about what's going on in that person's life at that time. And they just feel that they have to actually, as you say, lash out at somebody to make themselves feel better. But it really doesn't. That's what my philosophy is, that it's not about me. It's about them at the time. Don't take it on board.
I think that's so important to remember, is that, yeah, everyone's got their own stuff going on. And unfortunately, not everyone has good coping mechanisms when it comes to things like stress and big emotions. So yeah, looking at, don't take it on board, but just keep moving, and delivering great customer service, like you mentioned before, that you do with that constant rapport building, is what's going to help repeat customers come back.
It does.
If you're happy to share, what is your ultimate goal for your business?
To grow my business again, share my business, share the business opportunity. What a wonderful ENJO life I have. And I think that I have just so much passion to help people protect themselves, protect their home, protect their wallet, and protect the planet by sharing, obviously, with the ENJO products. So I think that that's probably my plan is, grow my business, share the business opportunity.
Oh, amazing.
And be more visible.
And be more visible. Well, that does come in with it. When you're sharing it, you're being more visible. So,
correct.
And you've done that by grabbing this opportunity. Now everyone will be like, Margaret King, the ENJO Crazy Lady. We know how to track her down.
Yes. It's a wonderful opportunity to do this. As nervous as you might feel about doing it, you know what you're talking about. And, this is a fantastic opportunity to share what I love. Yep.
And it's all about your journey. And the only person that can really express that is you. And I think that's why it's so important. Okay, so your genius zone is no chemicals, like cleaning, making sure that we're protecting, as you mentioned, so protecting your family. Is there any advice or any tip that you'd like to share with the listeners?
I think that, even as I say, at my age, I think a really important thing is just keep learning. There's a saying that says, fail faster to succeed. And if you think about that, one mistake gives you one more learning opportunity to step up that ladder, and fail again, but you're still stepping up, you're learning again. So I don't know whether it was Seth Godin that said it, fail faster to succeed. Yes. So I think that, that's probably it.
And that's when you do most of your learning, right? When you failed and you actually have time to assess and go, oh, why has that happened? Or, when you succeed at something, you don't tend to look at the parts that may not have been as successful. You're like, oh yeah, it succeeded. I'm cool. I'm going to keep going. Yeah. But when you fail, you're looking at it all and you're like, what happened? So I think that's such a beautiful piece of advice, is it's okay to fail. And as you said, fail faster, because you're going to be able to pick yourself up and keep moving forward and have more learnings as you go forward.
Absolutely. Yep.
So how do the listeners stalk you, Margaret? Where do we find you if we want to check out your business?
My business page on Facebook is Margaret King ENJO, and the same on Instagram, Margaret King ENJO. Awesome. You'll find my Linktree address. I think I've got it in my Instagram bio. I must check that actually. But I do a bit of blogging as well. And of course, my YouTube channel is ENJO Crazy Lady. And that's simply because I'm crazy about cleaning and I'm crazy about ENJO.
I love that name. It's really catchy. And I'm sure people will be like, oh, we got to go find out what she's crazy about. So
I've had it for about 12 years, I think. My first bathroom video's got 30K of viewers.
Wow. Wow. You'll be able to monetize that YouTube soon?
No, you can't. As soon as you've got the word ENJO in it, no.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, Thank you so much for joining me today and sharing your journey, sharing the challenges and the achievements, and also about your products and your crazy YouTube channel. I'm going to pop all your links below so people can easily find them. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you again, Kylie. This is a wonderful opportunity and I really appreciate it. So thank you.